Hello, welcome to OJ Studios. Please enjoy this week's chapter of Punishment 2, Return of Amanda, by Olivia Julius. Rebecca drove Ethan, Brittany, Emily, and I to Emily's house. The streets of the small town were empty, we were the only car going down the small town's main street. Everyone was at the Easter fair at Aunt George's. Emily's house sat on a small cul-de-sac in the south part of town. All the lights were off in the small bungalow home. Rebecca pulled her Jeep into the driveway and shut off the engine. It was still 3 p.m. and we were eager to get her stuff and get over to the cabin. Emily exited the Jeep first and then Brittany and I followed behind her. Rebecca stuck her head out of her window and yelled to us that we have 5 minutes to get Emily's overnight bag and get out. All of us acknowledged her while Emily opened the door. No one was inside the house when we went in. Both Emily's mothers were at the Easter fair. The air inside Emily's house felt cool and still. We quickly made our way through the living room, passing by family photos on the walls and a cozy fireplace that had been extinguished. Emily headed straight to her room, and Brittany and I followed her. As I stepped into Emily's room, a burst of colors and whimsical decorations greeted me. The walls were adorned with posters of her favorite cartoon characters, and a rainbow of stuffed animals sat neatly arranged on her bed. A cozy, lavender-scented atmosphere enveloped the space, making me feel like I had entered a magical realm crafted by the imagination of a 10-year-old girl. The room reflected Emily's vibrant personality, and every corner seemed to hold a story or a cherished memory. A small desk by the window was covered in doodles, drawings, and scattered with craft supplies. The sunlight filtered through the curtains, casting a warm glow on the creative chaos. I couldn't help but smile as I noticed the carefully arranged shelves filled with an assortment of books. Some were well-loved picture books with worn-out covers, while others were newer chapter books, evidence of Emily's evolving interests and growing passion for reading. A comfortable reading nook in one corner boasted a fluffy beanbag surrounded by pillows, creating the perfect escape for an adventurous journey into the pages of a good book. Emily's favorite stuffed animals were carefully arranged on her bed, each one seemingly chosen for its unique personality and significance. From a well-worn teddy bear that had been with her since infancy to a plush unicorn with a rainbow-colored mane, each cuddly companion held a special place in her heart. As I continued to look around Emily's room, Emily began packing her overnight bag, grabbing clothes for tomorrow, a swimsuit to go swimming in at the lake, and pajamas. She quickly stuffed them into a pink duffel bag. I looked at her desk and saw a few pictures. One of them was a framed photo of 3 women in a hospital room. One woman looked to be a teenager. She was lying in a hospital bed holding a baby wrapped up in a blue blanket. The 2 other women, who are younger versions of Emma and Bridget, stood next to the bed looking down at the baby. I knew who the 3rd woman was on my own. Her name is Mindy, Emily's birth mother, and this was taken on the day of Emily's birth. Another one was a picture of a young boy about 6 or 7 years old. He was wearing a light purple tank top and black shorts. He was standing next to a girl the same age as him and she was wearing a purple ballet leotard with white tights. Both were standing in ballet's first position and smiling at whoever was taking the photo. Emily, seeing that I was looking at the photo, raced over to me and began to hide the photo, but then stopped. She looked at it for a moment, then at me. "This is Michaela," Emily said, showing me the photo. "She was my best friend when I lived in St. Louis. Believe it or not, I still talk to her on Facebook sometimes." Emily then pointed to the boy in the photo. To be honest, I already knew who the boy in the photo was. "This is Michael, this is me before I became Emily." I looked at the photo and saw the photo of Emily as a boy. The photo showed a boy happy on the outside, but I knew the truth. The truth was that he didn't want to be in that tank top and shorts, but he desperately wanted to wear the leotard and tights that his best friend and the other girls in his class were wearing. What was it like for this little boy to be stuck wearing clothes that he knew he didn't belong in? He felt something that I have never thought about. Before my punishment last year, I never asked myself why I could never wear dresses, or what if I was born a girl instead of a boy. But this boy did. Why keep this photo? I asked, doesn't it just remind you that you are Michael? Emily put the photo back on the desk and looked at it for a short moment. This photo reminds me of who I was. Emily started to say before stopping, but it also reminds me that everyone has a different story that they can tell and learn from. I nodded in understanding, appreciating the depth of Emily's sentiment. It was clear that this photograph held a significant place in her heart, serving as a poignant reminder of her journey and the courage it took to become her authentic self. Ready to go? Brittany asked, breaking the momentary silence. Emily nodded, her eyes reflecting a mixture of emotions. We left her room, making our way back through the living room adorned with family photos. Each frame told a story, capturing moments of laughter, celebrations, and love. It was a gallery of memories that spanned Emily's entire life. Rebecca, leaning against her Jeep outside, checked her watch impatiently. "You girls took longer than 5 minutes," she teased, a playful smirk on her face. "We got a bit caught up in Emily's nostalgia trip down memory lane," I replied with a grin. Rebecca rolled her eyes, but her expression softened. "Alright, let's hit the road. The sooner we get to the cabin, the better." As we drove away from Emily's house, leaving the quiet cul-de-sac behind, I couldn't help but feel a sense of anticipation. The cabin awaited us, promising a temporary escape from the complexities of life. Little did we know that our journey to the cabin would bring new revelations and challenges, intertwining our lives in unexpected ways.